All eyes on suspected CEO killer Luigi Mangione as he appears in New York State Supreme Court, and he's officially entering his plea. Alexis McAdams is live from New York City with the latest. Hey, Alexis.
Hey, Griff. Well, I want to pull up that brand new video we just got a few minutes ago of Luigi Mangione walking there in that court hall room as he's about to face that judge. We just heard a short time ago, a few minutes ago, really, that he pled not guilty in this case. He's in there with one of his high-power attorneys, that'd be Karen Ganifalo. She's part of the same law firm that's representing Sean Diddy Combs. You can see Mangione there walking with those police officers, and he's kind of looking straight. Sometimes he's looked at the cameras. He knows one's probably at the end of the hall, but he does keep looking straight here. In this video, he's got that maroon sweater on and khakis. He's shackled at the waist, and he just keeps his head straight as that one officer does continue to talk to him. I want to pull up these charges, okay, because there's a lot of charges he's facing, as Paul Mora was just talking about. It's kind of confusing because it's in two courts that they say are going to run parallel right now, including murder in the first degree at the state level and murder in the second degree as a crime of terrorism. Then the federal charges come into play. The main difference here between the state and federal charges is that the state argues the shooting was an act of terrorism. So that's kind of a new charge you don't hear about too much in Manhattan, especially from the DA here, Alvin Bragg. Now, if convicted on those state charges, Mangione could face life in prison without parole. Now, that federal indictment is coming. You know, we've heard about what was in it, but we're still going to get more information from the feds. The charges making headlines, though, would be murder through use of a firearm. That means Mangione could face the death penalty if he's found guilty in this case. His legal team says the different cases are in conflict with each other, so they've tried to push back on that. Back out here live, we can tell you it looked like a scene from a movie. I mean, this case has really captured the country, including some of the protesters, you guys, that are out here this morning in Manhattan. They're saying free Luigi Mangione, and they're calling, you know, for more CEOs to be held accountable in the healthcare industry. So covering lots of crime, especially in New York City. I've never really seen anything like this, where protesters come out and they're, you know, cheering on somebody for killing a CEO. So let's also pull up that shooting video. This is how it all started earlier, you know, last month. Police say Mangione planned this attack for months. He was waiting there, as you can see, for the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson outside of a hotel in Midtown Manhattan, and then opened fire. The gun he used, according to investigators, was printed on a 3D printer, so that could bring some more charges too. The dad of two was in town for a work conference. You got to feel for his family. Brian Thompson, he's from Minnesota, he's from the Midwest. He has two kids in high school out there. His poor wife gets a call that says your husband's not coming home, and that was right around the holidays, as we know. So Mangione knew the conference that was happening. That's why Thompson was in town, and that was all written in his manifesto. Back out here live, we'll keep a close eye on exactly what's happening in that courtroom. Griff.
And Alexis, it's just stunning that there are protesters there supporting Mangione in this. How many, just roughly, would you say there are? Dozens? Hundreds? 50?
Yeah, about a dozen. Yeah, about a dozen or so. I mean, there might be more people coming, you know, in the next couple of hours, but it's freezing out here, so they wanted to be here, I guess.
Well, Alexis McAdams live for us outside the courthouse. We'll check in with you later as news develops. Thank you, Alexis.